Loaded show ahead here on this edition of NFL Daily, powered by Chat Sports. Will Brandon Aiyuk be traded? Got a big update to get to on that front. Also, one team to watch for. Also, Jared Goff. Could he be in for a massive payday? There is some exciting news for the Detroit Lions quarterback that we'll talk about. And Tee Higgins, the latest on his situation as he requested a trade a while back. What does his future look like? Will he stay with Cincinnati or go elsewhere? We'll go over all that coming up on this edition of the program. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. And I want to make sure not only that you watch all our videos here on the channel, but you subscribe so you never miss a moment. The latest happenings all off season long. We're ramping things up. We're going to be live for every single pick throughout the entire draft right here on NFL Daily. Your off-season headquarters, draft, free agency, trades, and more. Bosses want to know, can we get 20 subs off today's video? If we can, we'll bring you even more content than ever before. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. Let's go, Brandon. Brandon Aiyuk, the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver, has been a big topic of discussion over the last several weeks about his future with the San Francisco 49ers. And rumors are circulating over the weekend about the possibility of him requesting a trade. Here's what you need to know. John Frisella, who calls himself an NFL insider, don't know how accurate that is, reported that Aiyuk requested a trade. And then Aiyuk's agent, Ryan Williams, quote tweeted the comment from Frisella and said, "You need better sources." But that's not all, folks. Aiyuk unfollowed the 49ers on all of his social media platforms. And if you recall, teams were told just a few weeks ago that Aiyuk was not available for a trade, that the San Francisco 49ers had no plans to move on from Aiyuk, that they would like to extend him and keep him around. So, what about the Pittsburgh Steelers? NFL insider Benjamin Albright is reporting that the Pittsburgh Steelers are actively pursuing a trade for the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver. Here's more from Albright, a text exchange that he had, tweeting out, "Yeah, I figured as much to be safe. Steelers trying to get Aiyuk for Russ," and that's to clarify, to play along with Russ, not trading Russ. Oh, well, that'd be a huge get opposite of Pickens. Here's the deal with the San Francisco 49ers. They have a lot of mouths to feed, right? And they can't pay everybody. Somebody has got to go. I don't expect the 49ers to keep both Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk long term. I think one of them is ultimately going to get traded this offseason. I think Aiyuk's a better player than Deebo Samuel is right now. That's something that changed this past season. So if we're up to me, if all things are equal, I'm trading Deebo and I'm keeping Brandon Aiyuk. But if Brandon Aiyuk's not happy, then he might be making the decision for the San Francisco 49ers. Aiyuk, coming off his first career second-team All-Pro season, led the 49ers in catches, in receiving yards, and in touchdowns in 2023, in receiving touchdowns for the former first-round pick out of Arizona State. And you look at the numbers, he was really good this year. 75 total catches, over 1,300 yards, close to 18 yards reception, and 7 touchdowns in 2023. So now let's ask you to be the GM here on NFL Daily. Will the 49ers trade Brandon Aiyuk? Answer our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. Y for yes, in for no, if the 49ers will move on from Aiyuk or not. Today's show is sponsored by LinkedIn Jobs. When you're hiring for your small business, you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the right tools to help find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just another job board. LinkedIn has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. It gives you access to professionals you can't find anywhere else. LinkedIn does all that while making the process easy and intuitive. Hiring is easy when you have that many quality candidates. So easy, in fact, that 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. LinkedIn knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Chat Sports, they found me on LinkedIn Jobs. Who knows what employer will find you next? Download. Check it out today. All right, let's talk Jared Goff now. The Detroit Lions, they're going to be golfing for a while anyway, as a new report is out that the Detroit Lions plan to give Goff a massive extension this offseason. Quite the story, right, for a guy that the Los Angeles Rams gave up on a couple of years ago, that he fell out of good graces with Sean McVay and was traded for Matthew Stafford. And it was one of those rare trades that kind of worked out for both sides. The Lions got a younger franchise quarterback, and the Rams got a Super Bowl with Stafford. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN had this to say on Jared Goff. He wants to be there. Only 29 years old, due to make about $28 million this year. So he's going to be in that threshold of $45, maybe $50 million a year based on the way he's played. So it's going to take some time to get that done. Now, Spotrac is saying that his market value right now, if he were to hit the open market today, would be about a 4-year, $149.85 million deal. So just a little bit below $150 million. And that's about $37.4 per year. So if the Lions are going to give that type of money, the $45 to $50 million range, based on the market value, that seems to be a bit of an overpay for Jared Goff. But you can understand why the Lions would maybe want to pay a little bit more for Jared Goff than they need to, because this is a golden era. This is a great time for the Detroit Lions right now, with Dan Campbell, with Jared Goff, with the playmakers that they have there. You don't want to kind of rock the boat too much, right? You want to keep this thing moving forward, and Jared Goff is a pivotal piece of this equation for the Detroit Lions right now. He's now a 3-time Pro Bowler. He's coming off maybe the best season of his career in 2023, taking the Lions to the NFC Championship game, where he had a career high in completions and completion percentage in 2023 for the former first-round pick out of Cal back in 2016. But you look at these numbers. Here's what we're talking about here, folks. 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, over 4,500 yards this year, completion percentage of 67%. I don't think Goff is going anywhere. But it does beg the question, if he is going to get paid that much, is he a bit overrated? What do you guys think? O for overrated, U for underrated. What's your opinion on Jared Goff? Is he about to get way too much money? Way in the comment section. Let us know what you think. One final note before we wrap up today. Let's talk Tee Higgins now. The Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver over the weekend addressed his future going forward in Cincinnati. And if you're a Bengals fan, you're going to like this. Here's what he told WLWT. I do anticipate it, talking about coming back to Cincinnati this upcoming year. I've grown love for Cincy that I didn't think I would, but man, looking forward to it. And if you recall, Higgins requested a trade once he received the franchise tag, a while back, right? And so this is a different tune from Tee Higgins. But as I've said, when it comes to this situation with the Cincinnati Bengals here, is that I think with Joe Burrow coming back healthy, with Jamar Chase and some of these other guys, this kind of feels like the last chance for the Bengals to take advantage of having all these guys here, to kind of go all in on this year. So what I would expect is that the Cincinnati Bengals here go ahead and keep Tee Higgins around for now and then figure out the situation next year, whether that's franchise tagging him again next year and then potentially trading him, letting him walk in free agency and going to get a comp pick, or try to get a deal done next year, whatever it may be. I think Tee Higgins is back in Cincinnati. I agree with him. You look at Tee Higgins, and he's been very good for a number 2 receiver. I could argue he might be the best number 2 receiver in the National Football League. 4 straight seasons with at least 656 yards and 5 touchdowns. He did miss 5 games this year with a hamstring injury. And you look at the statistics. I mean, even playing second fiddle to Jamar Chase, he had two 1,000-yard seasons with over 70 catches and 6 touchdowns in 2021, 2020, 7 in 2022. And even last year, with the time missed, was very solid as well. 5 touchdowns and over 600 yards. So what do you think? What are the chances the Bengals end up trading Tee Higgins here? Scale it for me in the comment section, 1 through 10. I think he's coming back. I'm putting this very low. I'd go with about a 3 or 4 personally. Give me your number in the comment section of the odds that the Bengals end up trading Tee Higgins right now. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of NFL Daily. Subscribe now for the best NFL offseason coverage on YouTube you won't find anywhere else. And we'll see you next time here on the channel.